As predicted, Javier Fortuna and Omar was the best fight of the night, and we will not even mention Luis Ortiz and Malik Scott exhibition of time wasting. This fight was with two guys. Well, Javier Fortuna was winning the fight. He got knocked out in, so he had one loss in his record. And then you got the man coming into the ring, and Omar Edwards, who's undefeated, who's coming to prove himself. And from the outset, Fortuna was the one that was pressing the action and trying to put pressure on the younger fighter to see if he was going to cave. And, Fortuna has heavy hands, and so he wanted to see if, Edwards could take his punch, and Edwards was solid. Edwards was solid the entire bout. Like, he was good to go. He had no problems. He was weathering the storm. He was being patient. Then he exploded and caught him with a counter left hook on the inside when Fortuna got wild and came in, and, he keeps his right hand pretty low. And he got clipped. So, as you saw from that, that's what happened to Fortuna. Fortuna fought back, got up in the first round, and brought the fight to Edwards. But I felt that Edwards should have gotten more credit, because I think he still did well in a lot of these rounds, fighting solid, and then, pushing the pressure. But he started to get countered by Fortuna, and Fortuna kept turning him as the fight went on. And Javier Fortuna is just showing Edwards that sometimes you got to lead with the jab and be first. And he kept letting Fortuna be first and trying to counter him when he would just come in and out, pop, turn, pop, turn, pop, turn. And in a 10-round fight, you could be down in the 8-ball real, severe as fights go. And down the stretch, both guys gave it their all. But it was Fortuna down the stretch who took the fight to Douglas. I kept saying Edwards, but it was Omar Douglas. And this is what champions are made of. That's what makes winners and losers. And that's what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about heart of a champion and a guy stepping up to take the fight. And I felt Fortuna was the winner because he stepped up and took the fight tonight. He knew how to fight on the outside. He just didn't fight one way. And I felt that Douglas fought only one way. And it cost him tonight. And Hurd fight, we can talk about. I mean, Hurd was definitely in control. I just want to see him in the ring with somebody his size. He always seemed to be fighting somebody that's 10 times smaller than him, and he can just overmatch. Tired of that. I want to see what this guy's made of, like, for real. Like, if he's really the real deal or not. We need to know. It's about time we found out. Because Sammy Hurd has definitely been the same kind of guy every fight we've seen. JoJo Dan took this fight on short notice, and he definitely, for a fighter who took it on short notice, did not come to lay down. He came to give it everything he got, and that's exactly what he did. He laid it all on the line, so there's nothing more you can get out of that guy. He did his job. So, on that note, I say, kudos to JoJo Dan for giving it all he had when basically he was just there to pay to keep the card going. Danny Garcia versus Sammy Vargas, the tune-up fight. As expected, Danny Garcia came in the ring sharp, looking to counterpunch Vargas. I mean, he sparred against this guy before. Vargas is not a polished guy. He's a decent fighter, but he's a C-level opponent, definitely, and this fight just proved just that. But what Danny wanted to do was work on timing, work on some things to sharpen up what he already has. He didn't do anything new in this fight. He just was Danny Garcia. And he just wanted to show the people at his hometown, he's Danny Garcia. I'm going to be flat-footed. I'm going to be strong. But what Danny Garcia is good at is his vision. When you're throwing punches, he's not somebody who closes his eyes and takes his eyes off the target. He looks at everything, and he has great vision. And he stays in the pocket and not afraid to stay there because he knows he can get his punches off, and he's more concerned about what he dishes out more than what you can take from him. He knows you can't take his punches. And as you can see, that was the results of the fight. Like, the guy got up, but he just got pounded for the rest of the match. And Keith Thurman was there ringside commentating the fight because, of course, they want to kick that off and get that going. So everyone wants to see it. So that's what it is. Now we move on from this and go into Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. Are you excited? And give me early predictions.